Peace, world. What is going on? Welcome to another Substantial Weekly. Of course, my name is Substantial. Welcome to the channel. Shout out to everybody already in the chat, man. Always happy to see y'all. We got another great show lined up for you today and another special guest. 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks. Feeling really festive, hence the bright hoodie. You know what I mean? And the guest, I will bring him in a quick second. But first and foremost, I just wanted to shout out everybody for joining us. It's always funny when you realize you've gone live and then you look around the room like, oh, man, I probably should have put that away. Luckily, it's nothing crazy. But, man, shout out to everybody for joining us. Shout out to the homie Early Bird. I will see you later today. Chi-Town Warrior, peace. What's going on, bro? Name is Nas, but call me how you know me. That is okay. I'm gonna call you Nas. What up, Nas, and welcome. Shout out to Soul Tiger. Welcome. Chill Air Arts, man. Good to see you up in here. Mr. Shear, I owe you a email reply, bro. Hope you're doing better, man. I know your family been going through it. Sending love to you and yours. Uncrowned Otaku, what up, fam? Good to see you up in here too. So yeah, man, we got, like I said, we got a great show lined up. We're gonna bring our guest in momentarily. I just want to go ahead and take care of a little house cleaning real quick. First and foremost, let's fix something up really fast. Hold on one second, y'all. There it is. Okay. So, couple quick things. All right. So definitely want to shout out all the channel members. Shout out to everybody, man, supporting via Patreon. Shout out to everyone supporting via YouTube as well, man. I'm sure if you're watching, you can see your name up here. Shout out to some of the homies. Like, what's really dope about some of the people who support, man, and I try to do my part as well in supporting the artist community, man. Like, it's dope to see the fans supporting, but it's always super special to see some of the other artists supporting as well, man. So thank you to everybody who's a channel member. Thank you to everyone who's a Patreon supporter. Thank you to those of you who are actual family. Thanks to those of you who are old friends and new ones. I appreciate all of y'all, man. Thank you so much. Also, if you haven't become a channel member yet, please consider doing so. You can do it for as little as $4.99 a month. Shout out to those of you who were Patreon supporters, but have now moved over to YouTube. I appreciate y'all doing that, man. And it's all love wherever you support me. It's greatly appreciated. Whatever's most comfortable for you. No pressure at all. And again, shout out to those of you supporting on Patreon. Let's see. Before we jump into things, let me just make sure. Yep, I got that thing lined up. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a special guest coming in here, man. I don't know. I feel like I've told the story of how I hooked up with Millen, but I will kind of use that as part of the intro. Besides being one of my favorite like new vocalists to listen to, who I discovered like a few years ago. Discovered as in I found his music through the producer he worked with, submitting it for the Soulful Hip Hop playlist that I created. And unfortunately, it wasn't necessarily a hip hop or rap song, so it didn't fit on the playlist. But the beat was fire. But the vocalist, when I heard the vocals, I was like, man, this dude is special. And so I started doing a little bit of homework, some research, found more of his music, and then I found something even doper, and that's that he's from Maryland. So, you know, we got to clap it up for that. So, man, I became a fan, started online stalking him a little bit, you know what I mean, to see what he had going on. And then I reached out so we could do something for the Animal Arithmetic project. And we've been cool ever since, man. Good folks. So without further ado, everybody, welcome my little bro, my little brother from another mother, my man Millen. What up, Millen?
Oh, what's going on?
Good to see you, fam.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, how you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling all right. I was a little sick yesterday, but I'm back up and running.
Okay. Well, man, glad you're feeling better. It's definitely that time of year. I know you're out in the West Coast, so I don't know if they say it like we do on the East when it gets cold, but
nope, I'm just weak. That's
yeah.
I'm just weak. The weather has been the same for weeks.
Oh man, okay, okay. Yeah. No, it's super real over here. I
Yeah,
think the weather finally, like the cold finally broke today. I think the high is 60. So
mm.
you know, I'm gonna credit you for the sunshine that just came through the window. So you
Oh,
know what I mean? Shout out to Millen for bringing that West Coast sun out here and warmth. We
that's
appreciate
right.
it.
That's right. No problem.
Yeah,
If you guys ever need it.
yeah, man. Nah, man. But you feeling better? You feeling good?
Yeah. I'm feeling better. Yeah. It was crazy.
Good.
I don't get sick very often, so it hit me. It was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, I'm slumped.
Yeah, nah, I feel you. I feel you, man. Again, shout out to everybody in the chat.
Yeah, shout out.
Man, that's what's up. I appreciate all of y'all, man. Soul Tiger, what up? Nas, thank you. Uncrowned Otaku still up in here. We got Leonardo. Hey, what up, Leonardo? Marcus D, what up, bro? Hey,
Marquez.
yeah, man. Yes. Yes, indeed. So I appreciate all of y'all. But yeah, man, so you've been busy to say the least. I feel like you're always cooking up something like a lot of my friends who really love music, and especially obviously you're younger than me. I know some of y'all watching can't tell the difference, you know what I mean, in our
No.
ages at all.
Yeah.
But but
Hey,
no,
the salt is coming in,
it's
okay?
coming. Okay,
Salt is
okay.
coming in.
I'm gonna send you your smoker's jacket and a
There we
cigar
go.
branded with salt and pepper. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right.
Listen,
We need
shout,
that.
yeah, and man, shout out to Smitty beard oils. They actually, we were in contact and had this situation where they created a salt and peppermint beard oil, salt and peppermint. So
Wait,
when
that's
they
so cool.
so when enough of them come in, I'm gonna have to hook you up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna need one.
You know, because listen, it's really hard not to look. You know, I don't feel like I'm physically washed. Well, you know, and you know what I mean, like, you know, as the kids say, oh, he washed. But there are
Nah.
moments where I look and I'm like, feeling a little ashy though. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard not to with the gray. So I got you on the oil.
Oh, that's
You
so
know.
funny. I'm with it. I'm with it.
Cool, man. So you got a lot going on, as I said, man. Like
Oh yeah.
a lot of music and stuff that's dropped this year. You know, you had the debut album or the album that dropped some years
hmm
ago. Man, like what's going on in your world at the moment? Like I know we can start with the newest thing. We'll talk about that in a second. But what's been going
Yeah.
on in a Millen world?
Man, so like I feel like, well, thank you everybody for joining. Thank you so much for being in here. That means like a lot. And thank you, Stan, because like without these platforms, it's
Mm,
it's it's so nice that he provides this kind of platform and provides this kind of regular thing for people to come together and community to come together. So I
I
appreciate you
appreciate
guys. I want to make sure I say that first. Oh, Orion Song, what's going on, dog?
you.
It's good to see you in here. Um, yeah, what's going on in my world, man? I feel like I feel like I'm constantly thinking up new projects, thinking of new things to work on, and right now I'm working on an album that I'm looking to release next year.
Hmm.
It's going to be a big project, 2 discs. It's going to be a whole like
Wow.
uh, it's going to be tons and tons of music, and I do feel like it's like the best music I've ever made. So
Hmm.
I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm hoping to make it my self-titled album, so the MLLN album or Millen,
Hmm.
if you please. Um, so yeah, I'm looking to release that. But before that, I got a couple of smaller projects that I'm looking to release, and I'm really excited about. So dropping singles, potentially like a cover EP with a bunch of like covers, and then this latest project, man, that was a whole roller coaster.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was a roller coaster getting it out, but it's out. I'm so
yeah.
excited about it. I did a reharmonization cover of the Christmas song. It's got like good lo-fi vibes.
Hmm.
It's got horns in it. It's got like it's a whole production. So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, we're definitely going to make sure everyone can hear it. You know what I mean? Before the show is over, like we'll play it in a second, man. But
Awesome.
dude, like it's amazing, man. I don't know who here hasn't really listened to Millen's music yet, but if you haven't, and you're a person who loves R&B, loves neo soul, loves you know, loves like hearing any music with like jazz influence, not just in the arrangement, but also in you know, in how you deliver your vocals. You know, I feel like you are like some of my other peers, man, where you're an artist, right? Like you're the type of artist that other artists hear you and be like, oh yeah, nah, he's the truth. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, I
yeah, yeah.
appreciate that. I
Nah,
feel
it's
similarly about you, man.
I
Similarly about
appreciate
your
that.
music. Like
Thank you,
every
man.
single project you release ends up just being better and better. And I think that artists strive for that, you know?
Thank you, man. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Oh, old man still got it. Old guy still got it. I'm trying, man. I'm
Yeah.
trying.
Well, you know, it's funny you say artist, because like in my
Mm-hmm.
head, um, I didn't start my artist journey by thinking about being an artist.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about being like a musician's musician.
Mm.
And I think especially with vocals, like people approach instruments, like playing instruments in a very specific way.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that vocals, when people talk about like, oh, they're a singer, they approach their vocals in a very different way than instrumentalists approaches
Mm-hmm.
instruments. So a big thing for me was like, oh, I want to make sure that I approach my vocal in the way that instrumentalists approach their instruments, as
Mm-hmm.
well as vocalists
Right.
approach their vocals. And hopefully that helps me expand into this new realm. And I think that
Mm.
I found a pretty good pocket in the last couple of months of like how to showcase that
Yeah.
through my music, you know,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's like transcribing Charlie Parker solos or like, you know, like bebop tunes. And, you know, like it's really, I think it's important to do. And I don't see a lot of
Mm-hmm.
vocalists doing it. And the ones that do are huge inspirations to me. So.
Yeah, yeah. So, man, let's dive into the background a little bit. I know
Mhm.
that you know, one of the things I learned about you as we spent time is that like both of your parents are musicians as well, right? And you kind of grew
Yeah.
up on stage. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, yeah. So my parents are Hindustani Indian classical musicians, and so they I grew up. Well, I was in the womb going to gigs. You know what I mean? Like my mom is a singer and plays harmonium, and my
Mm,
dad plays tabla and dhol and all the percussion instruments. So between the
mm,
singing, the harmonium, and the percussion, they could do a gig by themselves on stage, and
right.
it's amazing, right? Um, so growing up in that environment, growing up like in the womb at gigs, and then
Hmm.
being like born,
Yeah.
and then my sister and I, we used to like set up a blanket right under the speaker at a lot of the gigs.
Wow.
So we would set up a blanket, we'd like play cards and until we'd fall asleep right under like our parents blaring music, and then
Wow.
we also had a music room in the house where my mom would typically go and practice.
Hmm.
And she, like before sleeping, I remember my sister and I, we used to like open her music room door while she's practicing,
Hmm.
and then we would open our doors just to make sure that we could like listen to her and fall asleep while listening to it. So that
Wow.
was having that energy and having instruments around the house really like inspired the you know, oh, pick up an instrument here and there. Oh, just do
Yeah.
this. Oh, what, you know, let's see what
Right.
happens. My dad's like tapping something on the counter, and all of a sudden dinner turns into a jam, you know, and
Right. Right.
so it's nice having that environment. Yeah.
Right. Right. So, like, so how does one like yourself, with the background that you and your family had, like, go from, you know, being exposed to that type of music young to eventually discovering like R&B, soul, jazz? Like, what was that like?
Yeah.
That journey like?
Yeah. No, that's a good question. And I relate to everything everyone's saying in the chat.
Yeah.
I see it. I see it. I love a two-disc structure on Project 2. Instrumental music is getting more popular these days. I agree. I love the
Hmm.
idea of doing like background vocals and um, stuff like that in instrumental tracks. I feel like that's a cool idea. And then
Hmm.
Orion, I agreed. I can hear it in your music too, my guy.
Yeah.
Um,
Shout out to Orion.
oh, for sure. Um, yeah. So the transition into like the R&B soul world is like when I grew up, I was really into pop.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna listen to like pop music. AJ, what's happening? I'm gonna listen to pop music, and like I really liked, top 40 stuff and just things that, everybody was listening to.
Right.
I met a couple of friends in high school, and they all had pretty different like inspirations that had overlaps. So like I had a friend that was super into the blues, a friend that was really into like country music. I had a friend that was into like old soul music. I had a friend that was into neo soul,
Mm-hmm.
and we all started a band together, and we played all of those genres. So between that inspiration from like school and meeting those guys, and the fact that in like baked into Indian classical music is improvisation,
Mm-hmm.
helped me transition into the world of R&B, neo soul, jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the 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 interesting parts of Indian music, I feel like there is a lot of overlap
Mm-hmm.
in R&B and jazz, and just improvisation is a huge one, right? Like my dad used to he would be like, "Oh, sing that song, but completely change the melody and make it however you want it to be." And those
Wow.
kinds of activities growing up, I was like, I got addicted to. They became musical games, and then those
Mm-hmm.
musical games further inspired what I wanted to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that was kind of the transition, honestly.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. So yo, let's talk about some of the new music out right now. We got the cover art for the Christmas song that you just dropped,
Hmm.
which is a cover of the classic Nat King Cole, song. Can you talk about like why that song? What is it about like Nat King Cole? I kind of got like some. Just some interesting like recent stuff with Nat King Cole, like this film I watched recently and this post that just came up on the timeline. All of this was happening as you were gearing up to do this. I was like, it's funny how the
Yeah,
universe works, right?
it
But
knows.
yeah, for sure. But talk about that and like why you chose this song and how long you've been thinking about doing this.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, that's hilarious because this was such a last second decision to do this.
Right.
I've loved one thing I love about Christmas music in general is that like jazz just becomes like the most popular music.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
so much Christmas music has so many crazy chords and so many cool pivots and directions, and it's literally like all the old jazz singers, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
um, Nat King Cole, Frank Sinatra, like all these guys become the most listened to music for
Right.
a month and a half. Um, so because of that, like it was hard to pick a song because I love
Mm.
so many of the songs. The chords in this song and the sultry in Nat King Cole's voice, those two things were the thing that appealed to me the most. So I was
Mm.
like, man, like anything Nat King Cole does or
Right.
did was just like, yeah, you can't not listen to it. And
Mm-hmm.
I became so infatuated with the chords in this song. And the thing that I really like about this song is that like in the original, like the chords, the melody, they pivot into different
Mm.
keys, and I felt like that kind of gave me freedom and um, permission
Mm-hmm.
to do that in my version of it.
Mm.
Sometimes, especially with like classics, it's like, okay, well, you should kind of like you should definitely stick to how the original sounds, but if
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
the song itself is so um, risk taking, right? It takes a lot of
Right.
risks. It kind of gives you permission to take risks as well. So
Yeah.
I think that because of that, I was like, you know what? I really want to do this song. And it's just so fun to sing chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can still get that like old jazz vocal out of it if you want
Right.
to. I was exploring a new R&B sound. So I was like, how do I balance these two things? Um, and I definitely, as soon as I played the first chord of the song and started thinking like, oh, I'll reharm it,
Mm-hmm.
um, it it took off. Like nothing could stop the train once it
Right.
started.
Right.
Um, and I was on TikTok live when I was starting to reharm it. I was like, maybe we should just do a cover of this,
Yeah.
and people were into it. And what was cool about that was that like being on live, people were like also a part of the process. You know, they were like, what if you actually did like this as the bass note instead of this? And then I would try it and it would
Mm,
work. And I'd be like, and even one of the coolest parts of the song where the tempo like slows down and it goes to this big moment. That was somebody on TikTok Live's idea. Somebody
right.
named Olivia. She was like, oh, you should try slowing the tempo down and then doing a big run. And now that's like the clip that I'm posting, you know? So
Yeah.
it's cool to get that that input, you know, and yeah.
Yeah. So before we get to this question that Chilair just like dropped in the comments, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring up the track so we can listen to it live if that's cool with you. And then when we come back, we'll get to that question and we're gonna circle back to TikTok and what's been happening over there for you, because you've been going crazy over there and that's super dope. Uh,
Appreciate it.
yeah, of course, man. So let's bring this up on the screen. All right. Oh, and by the way, to anyone watching, just to give y'all a heads up, if you want to contribute to the channel, first of all, shout out to all the channel members already. Those of you who are already contributing, I greatly appreciate it. But to those of you who haven't signed up to be members, that's perfectly fine. If you want to donate, you can do so via the super chat, also Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal as well. And so, man, never mandatory, always appreciated. Thank you so much. And obviously, any donations you make today will be shared with the guest. All right. So let's get into this song, man. Let's zoom in a little bit too. And we are listening via Bandcamp right now. Of course, Millen, his music is available on all platforms. But if you want to support the artist directly, where the artist gets a larger percentage, you know, and gets paid within 48 hours as opposed to 3 months, Bandcamp is the place to be. All right, so here we go, y'all.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh, and every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas to you.
Dude. Bruh. Hey man, listen, it's amazing. I've listened to it via my phone. I don't know how many times. In the car once. This is my first time playing it with headphones though on though.
Hey.
Oh my God.
Thank you, bro.
Crazy, bro.
Thank you.
It's crazy, man. Like it's really, really dope. Shout out to everyone in the chat, man. Everyone in
Yeah,
the
shout
chat was
out.
loving it. You know what I mean?
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for all the support and
we're
love.
gonna clap it up again. You know what I mean? Dude, like so man, a couple things, and we're gonna get to that question. Like I love when an artist does a cover and really, really kind of makes it their own. And it's dope because Christmas music, you see, I put the decorations up for you. You know what I mean? I don't do that for everybody, you know.
Yeah. This is nice. This is nice.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, everybody, if you scan that QR code, whether you're watching on your TV or tapping on your phone, that QR code takes you to Millen's link tree. Just so y'all know. And it's also in the description of the video as well. So make sure you follow him. But dude, yeah, it's refreshing, man, whenever you see like an artist like yourself, a musician like yourself, do a cover and really make it your own while honoring the original. I love certain elements that you put in it to really like certain signature like Christmas elements and stuff when we think of Christmas music. Like, bro, chef's kiss, man. Like, excellent job. You know what I mean? We clapping it again, clapping it up again. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
But yeah, man, the
We
chat.
love Christmas.
I'm saying you get that on Christmas playlist, and you got guaranteed income every year. Get that Mariah money.
Mariah money is crazy.
Right. How did you decide what different instrument types to include when making a song? Do you already have the instruments you want in mind for that track? That's a great question.
That is a great question. Okay, so like what's interesting is that like I had this, okay, so we talked about timeline a little bit, but I had the idea to do this on Tuesday, December 9th.
Mm-hmm.
December 9th, I reharmed the chords. December 10th, I spent working out the production, cutting final vocals, and while I was deciding to add different instruments, you know, I knew I wanted like a Rhodes sound, right? Because it's very warm. This is a very like warm sound, and I think I decided on my instrumentation. Really, I'm thinking about the genre and how I can pay homage to the genre, but also like kind of add elements that feel R&B and feel like myself. You know, I'll go through instruments. Sometimes I'll spend like days making sure that I get that synth just right, you know, because I have such specific ideas of how it should sound. But that Wednesday, so the day after I reharmed it, I did like the production and stuff like that. And I reached out to my friend. I was working on this track and I was like, man, something's missing. Like I have the Rhodes, I have some drums, I have some bass, but I need more. There needs to be more. And I was like, man, what's Christmas without like a little horn section? You know what I mean?
Right,
like,
right.
I feel like, especially in the jazz realm, like you got to get those like sultry horns in there. So I hit up a friend and I FaceTimed him. I literally FaceTimed him at probably like 2:00. And I was like, so how quickly can you turn horns around? Like, how quickly can you get me this horn arrangement?
Right.
And he was like, honestly, I was about to take a nap, but like, this sounds like a cool project, so I'm going to do it right now.
That's dope.
By 4:00, I had full horn arrangement to my song. Like, it was crazy how quickly he did that. So that night I spent mixing it, but the next day I was like, man, there's still something missing. Like, I feel like there's still like some support for the vocal that's missing, you know? So I decided to add a few background vocals. So if you really listen closely, you can hear some background vocals in there. But really, it's a lot of deciding to add instrumentation is a lot of like listening to the track and being like, is there something missing here? Or do I have all the information that I need, you know, to be able to like say what I want to say? Yeah.
Yeah, man. Super dope. I'm trying to see. Okay, this is the question. Chiller asked before, what's your process like for making tracks? Do you have a routine you follow, or do you experiment for a long time before you land on something you like?
Yeah, that's also a great question.
Mm-hmm.
I I think that I've done a lot of experimenting to know how I should approach a certain track. So
Mm,
pretty early in the process, I'm like, oh, this is the kind of track that I need to write while sitting at a piano the whole way through.
mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
I'll do it that way. And then sometimes it's, oh, this is the kind of thing that I need to have a strong idea of what the chorus sounds like before I even touch an instrument,
Right.
you know? And then sometimes it's like, hey, most of the time I think of music as like making music like a playground, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so like, sometimes you walk onto the playground and you're like, I'm gonna go on the monkey bars first. Or you know what,
Mm-hmm.
first I should go down the slide. Like it's all about like what your
Right.
inspiration is at the initial feeling. And yeah, I think that's like after experimenting for a long time, you get a pretty good idea of what the slide feels like versus the monkey bars,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
which one you want to be doing for what day it is.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
peace. What's going on, Namu? What up, nephew? Thanks for coming through, man. Um, yeah, man. So talk to me about TikTok, man, and like, how it just kind of how it took off, how you had stuff starting to go viral, and now like the followers going up. Like how did we get here? Like what's been going on
Yeah.
over in TikTok land?
Yeah, no, it's been crazy over there.
Mm,
It's been really fun to see steady growth,
mm-hmm,
I feel like I've been an independent artist for a long time now, and
mm-hmm,
it's hard to see steady growth. But I started in June. I started posting on TikTok. I had been told by so many people, you should be
mm-hmm,
posting on TikTok, you should be doing it.
mm-hmm.
But I knew that I wanted to do it at a time when I knew I could approach it the right way. And when
Right.
I say the right way, I mean like I wanted to make sure that I started doing TikTok when I knew that I could do things quickly. I could do
Mm-hmm,
it in a sustainable fashion.
mm-hmm,
Um, and one thing I've been working on my whole like for the last maybe like really like 5, 10 years, somewhere in that range,
mm-hmm.
is scatting, right? Like jazz
Yeah,
scat.
yeah.
So like Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan,
Mm-hmm.
Michael Mayo, Mel Torme, um, all these like Layla Hathaway, right? All these
Right.
crazy names. It's about that improvisation, right? It stems from that Indian classical music. And so I was like, you know what? I feel like I have the most fun when I'm
Mm-hmm,
scatting. And I think that I don't want to start making TikToks unless scatting is involved.
mm-hmm,
So I started this series called the Morning Thoughts series,
mm-hmm.
Morning Thoughts Part One. And then what I would do is in the morning, sometimes I make the beats in the evening, but in the
Right.
morning I would make a beat and then I would scat, improvise over that beat, and then above my head on the TikToks I would put like, oh, how do I get up to my falsetto? And then you see how I get up to my falsetto, and then I'd be like, oh, do a little like think like an electric guitar, and then I would do like an
Mm,
electric guitar riff, and it would basically be all my thoughts in my scat, my musical thoughts in the morning.
right.
That was such a rewarding thing because on Morning Thoughts Part Two, literally the second one I put up, it went huge, like
Wow.
bigger than any other thing I've ever posted, right? And I think it's like
Wow.
probably nearing like I don't know, probably nearing like 10,000 likes and a lot
Mm-hmm.
of involved engagement, right?
Right.
When that happened, I got comments. And the thing about TikTok comments that I found was really cool is that people genuinely tell you,
Mm-hmm.
um, oh, yeah, Chi-Town Warrior. I agree. Or Chi-Town Warrior. I agree. You have to think like a rapper, like a
Mm-hmm.
jazz musician, like a singer. Like it's taking elements of all these different inspirations, and Stan is essentially doing the same thing, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
in like rapping, like you're thinking so rhythmic and you're thinking so
Mm-hmm.
freely.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Shout out to
so
my big bro Kokai, who is not just a hip hop artist, but also like a jazz artist, punk rock as well. But he's the one that introduced. Like I knew about scatting, but I wasn't
mhm,
using it as a tool really until like I started spending a lot of time with him. And yeah, that like it changed like what I was able to do with my flow and help my writing get better. And I started recording
Yeah.
the scats and putting words to the scatting, you know. And so shout out to him, you know.
Yeah, it's huge. It opens your brain up, you know?
Yeah.
And the thing with instruments is that like you have to like press a button or like
Mm,
place have the right, you know, fingering and the stuff like that to make it happen. But
mm,
with scatting, it's straight brain to mouth, boom, you're
yeah.
singing, right? You're making it happen. And I think that because of that, the improvisation becomes a lot, the barrier to entry to improvise becomes so much faster, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that, you know, it makes your brain work and it makes you have to get into the flow state to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, scatting, morning thoughts part 2 went big, and people were commenting in TikTok. They were telling me the things that they liked about it. They were telling me, oh, I really enjoy how this part feels very catchy, or your falsetto feels like this in this moment, or how you did that ascending thing in here. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, I'm getting actual feedback on like what people like about the sound, right? So
Right.
anyway, that song ended up turning into a song that I released, or that Morning Thoughts one,
Mm-hmm.
part 2, turned into a song that I released called Stay.
Yeah.
Now I'm at like Morning Thoughts part 18 or something, and
Wow.
I'm
Wow.
I'm keeping it going because it's sustainable. It's so much fun. Oh, what is scatting?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, maybe we can demonstrate a little. Maybe we
Okay.
could do a little demonstration. Scatting is do you want to explain it, or do you want me to explain it?
Nah, you got it, man. You're the
Yeah.
guest. Go ahead. Go in.
Scatting, I think, got popularized um, with like the blues
Mm,
initially and jazz, right? And those two realms is really where I see scatting existing. It's essentially improvising melodies, using whatever syllables, words, whatever ends up
mm-hmm.
coming out, right? Whatever inspires you. But it is heavily based on like improvising. So just as like a guitarist would take a guitar solo
Mm-hmm.
in the blues, or saxophonist would take, you know, John Coltrane would take his solo, Miles Davis, like all these different jazz artists take their solos. Vocalists wanted to get in on the action
Mm-hmm.
essentially. And now you hear some scatting that's like kind of more abstract, like you know, people won't really stick to melodies. But then Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan, Mel Torme, all these artists started popularizing, learning the changes and
Mm-hmm.
studying with actual instrumentalists. So part of that. So as a demonstration, I don't know, we'll make something up right now. Um, And you can just
Crazy.
make up whatever you want, whenever you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Dope. Dope.
Yeah.
Dope, man. Yeah, man. We got some great comments here. Hold up. AJ was saying that your live show with Noah Pierre Band has some of your craziest scatting.
Oh, thanks, bro. Yeah, the energy, especially with instrumentalists that know how to improvise, ooh,
Mm-hmm.
the energy gets crazy.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Yeah.
that, AJ.
Bird Boogie says the legend is that Louis Armstrong invented it when the lyrics to one of his songs fell off a stand during the recording. I've never heard that before, but I got to look that up. That's crazy.
I haven't either. And also in those live shows with the No Pierre Band, I love when I forget my lyrics,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
then I can just go and scat and it turns
Right,
into something else, you know? But
right.
yeah, so that's really interesting. I had no idea. I got to look into that.
Yeah, I got to look into it as well, man. Yeah, yo, thank you, fam. Thank you. Well, that's for you, obviously, not me, but yeah, learning a
Oh,
lot
thank
today.
you.
Dope, dope,
Thank you so
man.
much. Yeah, yeah.
When you got a good voice, almost anything can sound good. Damn.
Hey, listen, it's a continual work in progress. You know what I'm saying? Where no
Yeah.
matter what stage you are at with your voice, you're always
Hmm.
thinking that your voice stinks.
Right,
So
right.
you gotta keep that grind. So you keep the grind up.
Hmm. Well, on a speaking of your voice, like what is your routine? What is your routine to like maintain your voice to take care of it? Because I think a lot of people don't realize the work that kind of goes into like just taking care of it, especially when you're using it all the time. You know?
Yeah, no, totally. When I was in college, I was in choir and a cappella group doing my own music. There was a
Hmm.
lot of singing, and I actually developed something called vocal nodules, which if you've seen Pitch
Mm,
Perfect, like they call them nodes, right? They're like, oh, you
yeah.
got nodes. Essentially, it's calluses that form on your vocal folds. So your vocal
Mm,
folds, when you're singing healthily, should be completely flush like this. But I got calluses developed that propped them open. So I'm letting
wow.
more air through, and then as the air is getting let through, it's like more it would bother the callus more.
Mm,
So I went to a speech pathologist, and I'd taken vocal lessons and stuff in the past,
hmm.
not too much, but I was kind of early in that journey.
Right.
And they gave me a set of like tools to use to work on my breathing, to work on these
Mm,
different things, right? Warm ups essentially, and changed my life. Like I still do
wow.
those today.
Hmm. Hmm.
It is important. Yeah, the first off, just physically keeping upkeep in your body is important.
Yeah.
Just like exercising, making sure that you're like doing cardio, things like that.
Right. You
I
still
remember
hooping? I
a
remember you
little
used to
bit, a little bit.
post the videos and
I
stuff.
pull them to the court, but I'm always hesitant on like
Yeah.
one-on-ones and stuff, you know?
Right, right, right,
I
right.
got beat one time. I got beat by this like 16-year-old kid, and I was like, "Oh, I can't just be doing that anymore."
It was at that point Millen realized he too was
Oh yeah,
washed. Right.
exactly, exactly. I think that was the day the salt started growing in.
Right. Right. The first one. First one was
The
like
first one. Yeah,
first L. Oh man.
that's what did it. That's what did it.
That's hilarious.
But upkeep and like yeah, warming up your voice and things like that. I think for me,
Mm,
um, if people are interested in singing, I can give like the smallest little vocal lesson right now, which is like
mm-hmm,
I would do like a slight yawn to
mm,
get your like throat out of the equation essentially, because when you do a yawn, you kind of like relax your throat, and then try to get things as forward and as up as possible, and like that really helps get your voice to be sustainable, and you can kind of smoothen things out, and you can go
yeah.
like me. You can do things like that to try and keep things healthy.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's
That's what's up, man.
tough. It's
Yeah.
stressful.
Yeah. So AJ said what separates Millen from other vocalists is his proficiency with rhythm. He kept that snap in pocket.
You gotta.
Right.
Oh man, I have a quick story of playing with that Noah Pierre band. Is like at the end of our set, I would give everybody a solo, and
Mm-hmm.
in this one song, and about to change, right? And everybody would
Mm.
take a solo, and the last
It's
solo
a
was a
dope
drum
song.
solo. Oh, thanks. So
Mm-hmm.
last solo. Oh, what's up, Steph? The
It's Steph,
last
y'all.
It's Steph, y'all. And the last solo would be like a drum solo. And my drummer kept challenging me. Every time he took a drum solo, he's
Mm.
like, hey, you counting? And one time I missed it
Wow.
on stage in front of like 800 people. And I
Wow.
laughed. We like played it off. I laughed. But
Yeah,
afterward, I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, I got to work on that. I got to be
Right.
in. I got to know exactly. And afterward, he was like, all right, I'll make it easier on you. I was like, please don't.
Right.
Like, please make it harder on me. I need to work on this. So.
Hmm. I think she
Oh.
meant scatting. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, God tier.
Oh, yo, thank you, Steph. That's so nice.
Yeah, but listen, one of the rehearsals we were doing, I think we were doing Your Greatest Weapon with the band. And, you know, we decided that that was going to be like the song from that into You've Grown, where we were going to go into the solos. And so, you know, so then I'm like, yeah, so, you know, Steph, you want to set it off? She was like, singing this Millen song. You want me to go to go into the
Oh,
scatting, you know? And so, yeah,
yes, Steph.
man.
Yes. Yes. That's what I like to
Yeah.
hear.
Yeah, man. I love the I love the respect that like musicians have like for each other, like people like you know what I mean? Like there's so many times I think where ego can kind of get the best of us where it's like, you know, people it's almost like natural for them to hate, you know what I mean, when they see someone
Mm,
who's great at something as well. Not so much even about whether they're better or not, just other people who are great at things. And there's some people that immediately go to hate, but shout out to my peers, man, that like, you know, just recognize the greatness in all the different people we work with. Like even just going through the chat, seeing AJ here, seeing Orion here, right?
mhm.
Seeing Marcus D, Steph, everybody showing up, you know, for us both, and the acknowledgement that that I think we all share, or that we all share of our feelings, and recognizing the greatness that all of us have, man. It's super dope. And speaking,
100%. It's way less productive to hate. It's way more
yeah,
productive to appreciate and then learn and move forward together, you know?
yeah,
Yeah,
thousand
I
percent,
agree.
man, 1000%. Gotta speaking of appreciate, let me appreciate the missus real quick. You know what I'm saying? Round of applause for the
Hey,
missus. What's going on,
that's,
Mrs. Robinson? You
hello,
know?
Mrs. Robinson.
Yeah, man. So Chi-Town Warrior says, Stan, what's a pair of songs of yours that you'd love to have had Millen on? Oh man, that is a great
That
question.
is a good question.
Um, mm, there, I think every rapper has done at least one song where you had a vocalist on there that was probably flat, right? I think all of us have. I think you know, all right, so this is we'll do story time real quick because this is a hell of a story. This is a gem right here. Little
Mm,
history. So shout out to my boy Reginald William. He's an R&B singer, used to go by R&B. Um uh you know, has made some really great music and stuff. But early in his career, he definitely struggled sometimes with being a little flat at times, right? And we did the title track for my second album called Sacrifice. And so for those who don't know, originally Sacrifice was going to be made with Nujabes. Like we were going to spin the block, do another album and stuff. I was already in the studio recording with him songs like Eclipse. A lot of these different songs I did not record like for his solo work. I
mm,
recorded it for my next solo album, right? And one of those songs was Sacrifice. However, instead of recording it with Nujabes, I recorded it in New York, and I recorded it with my UV crew. So several members of my old group UV were on the track, including R&B, who now goes by Reginald William, and he had a really dope hook that he wrote for it. And of course, listening back now, it's like I know he was a little flat and stuff. But when I played it for Nujabes was like, no, I think maybe I don't think this works, maybe, right? And he was mostly talking
mm,
about the chorus and stuff. And because my first album I did with him, nobody from my group, nobody from my crew was on that first album, right? And
mhm.
so it was very important for me to make sure that like my crew was somewhere on the album and represented. So when he was trying to pull it off and wasn't even like, oh, maybe he should redo it or whatever. He was just like, yo, like, nah, I don't like it. So we're not, you know. And
Yeah,
then and again, the ego and the loyalty, you know, really had me like, nah, bro, we doing this or we not. And then there's another part of me. It's like,
yeah.
hey, Wu-Tang had full releases, full songs out here with singers definitely missing keys, super
Mm,
flat,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I was just that's one of those moments where if I could go back in time, you know what I'm saying? It'd be like, hey Millen, you want to take a stab at this? Take a run.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
that would have been dope. And then maybe occasionally there are songs where I'll sing the hook myself. You know, and it's not so much to It's not because I believe I'm the greatest singer. It's more so because like any type of melody, even if it's a little imperfect or whatever, sometimes makes a song easier to digest for people, easier to
100%.
remember it, right? And shout out to, again, I'm mentioning artists that some of y'all have never heard of, but these are like dope artists that I respected who had a lot of influence on me early on. And so one of those artists, shout out to Flo Brown. Flo Brown, amazing rapper, woman from Jersey. She did a song with The Roots on the Hurricane soundtrack back in the day. And so we are in the studio together working on something for the Next 24 mixtape, I think volume 2. And she hears this song that ended up being on my Sacrificial Lambs album called What I Love. And I'm singing the hook on that. And she's the first person that was like really like, yo, you have a great voice. You should use it more. She wasn't worried about the notes being perfect. She was like, just in general, you need to use your singing voice more. Fun fact too, I used to be an honors chorus back in the day. You know what I mean? Like yeah. I was singing baritone and tenor. On some days. So but most days I was doing baritone, but every now and then if we had this other brother who ended up going to Juilliard, he that dude was crazy. So if he was present, then I didn't have to do baritone. I'd be with the tenors. But older I got, it was baritone time.
Chat. Let us know if you want a Stan singer-songwriter album.
Hey, listen.
Let us know.
Listen, let me tell you something. One of the things I said to my wife in the last few months is that I've been thinking a lot about vocal lessons, picking back up keyboard lessons because my mom put me in it when I was young, couldn't afford to keep me in it. It's like I'm doing better for myself these days. I can afford to put myself in all these things. So I'm like, yo, maybe, I've been thinking about it because a lot of,
I'm here, Stan. I'm here.
Hey,
all right?
You know what I'm saying? Listen, I like paying my friends, so you know what I'm saying? Like, we work out a schedule. So
heck yeah.
Yeah. Oh, let me shout these folks out real quick, man. I see y'all are busy and I'm not paying attention. Shout out to Joshua for gifting a membership here at the channel. That's dope. He gifted 1 membership. Shout out to Happy Mochi who gifted 5 memberships.
Wow.
And did it twice. So she really gifted 10 memberships. Yo, thank you, sis. Man, super shout out, but yeah, so I think I could probably go through and find at least 1 or 2 other tracks that I think you would absolutely destroy. You know what I mean? Same thing with Steph, man. But like, hey, you know what? Let's do new versions of all of these things.
Yeah.
Like revisionist history.
That's right. No, but that's the thing too, is that like sometimes, many times, it's not like many times what the track needs is you singing on it over somebody else singing on it. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's really about what the track needs. And so many times I've heard songs where you're singing the hook on them, and I'm like, yeah, Stan. Like, I'm like, this is like I would not have. Sometimes the training and the pitch accuracy and all that stuff is not what that needs, And I'm learning that in my own music now, is that like sometimes I got to be a little. I've been in studios where the people have been like, Millen, sound less trained.
Wow.
Sound like you don't you don't know how to sing as cleanly and as properly as you do.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I've been learning what that is in my voice, and these last couple of songs have been, I think, a good balance of that.
Yeah, dude. Like, yeah, man. I think you. What I love about what you do, man, is I feel like you're unpredictable at times because you can do so much and you love so much in terms of the different types of music, right? Like, it's like the gift and the curse with some of my most talented friends, where it's like, you sit down to do a project and we know that, we're in this day and age where there's a lot of genre bending music now, but there was definitely a period of time where if you got an album and an artist was trying everything on it, like where people just kind of tap out, like, yo, they don't know what they want to be. Later for that, I'm good. And shout out to my friend Tone Deaf. Shout out to Kokai as well. Both of these are artists that Tone is writing like raps that literally he's doing like 13 to 14 syllables in a second, right? He's like one of the fastest rappers in the world. But then we'll write do like the singer-songwriter thing and make a piano ballad where he's playing keys and he's singing it. And then he's producing these songs that create like these crazy like wall of sound, and like he's just doing. That dude does what he wants, man. And Kokai, another one where he did like a entire album that was improvisational. He was a part of a trio where they would tour the world, and they never did the same song twice, right? They'd be on the road for a month, and they were building songs on stage every night. And so, just the boldness of that, the braveness of that, man. And so seeing somebody like you, again, where it's like your influences come from all of these different places, right? Like from different genres, different cultures, right? Like different races. Like you pull what you want and you bring it together in an interesting way. And so, like, I remember when I sent you You've Grown, and I think because of how I was delivering my rhymes and what the beat was doing, I had something completely different in mind. But I didn't want to record that and take away from what you do, because I love what you do. So I'm like, I'm gonna leave it blank and just see where the night takes us, right? And man, I remember getting the vocals from you and hearing it, and the first 5 listens, I had to just kind of be like, this is not what I expected. So like,
it's hard
getting past the shock of what you did, so I could really like just feel it. Cause I'm just, it took me a minute. And then I played it for my barber. I go see my barber. Shout out to my man Sherm, one of my oldest friends. And he found the words I couldn't find. I was like, yo, this is so different than what I expected. And I think that's a good thing, but I don't have the words, right? I played it for him, and he was like, bro, how he chose to do the opposite of what you did. Like, you're doing this fast delivery that people don't always hear you do, and he just slows it back down, right? And he's not sacrificing anything in terms, like, he's just, his choice of words, the note choice, he's killing it, but he just was like, everybody calm down, and just eases into it. It's fire, bro.
I appreciate that. That's a great story too. And shout out to Sherm for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Sherm got you right. My side of the story of this, right, is I remember I sent something over, and I sent like the tracks over for the chorus, and I was like, man, Stan, like, what do you think of this? And I remember you came back to me and you said, I want more Millen in this, vocal delivery. And I was like, what do you mean? And you're like, yeah, I feel like you're trying to write the chorus how you think I want the song to sound, or how you think like would be best, like serving this song, not best showcasing your artistry. And so I want you, I remember you saying like, I want you to go crazier. Like, I want you to, like, you know what I mean? Like, I want you to go crazier on this.
Right.
I could do. So it was, that was such a great, to have somebody, especially like you, who is so strong in their artistry and, knows themselves so well, to give me permission to be myself on the song. It taught me a lot, and now anytime somebody reaches out to me, I'm like, oh, I got to make sure I put my stamp on this. It's not, I'm not trying to adapt to what it is. They called me for a reason, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, straight up, man, straight up. There's a song on the album that originally I was trying to get Maglo on, and I'm not sure if you've listened to Maglo's music. I'll send you some. Maglo is another one of my favorite artists that I happen to know personally. And another one, like, I always joke and say that him and Kokai are like, they were just born at different times in different places. Like, he's the first person I met that was kind of similar to Kokai, while not sounding the same at all. But
Yeah.
a Savant, man, just do whatever the hell they want, you know? And
Yeah.
so anyway, I made the mistake when I sent the song to Maglo I had the idea, so I just recorded everything, and didn't leave it open the way I left it open, like for you, how I do for Steph's in certain instances. Other times, like a lot of times I'll write certain things that I want Steph to do. But I made that mistake with him, and so when he sent it back, it was very much like he's just trying to do what I'm doing, and I think it was hard for me to listen to because I'm hearing my limitations through someone else who I feel like has no limits, right? And so I was like, damn it, I blew this one, right? And so to this day, I'm slowly thinking about when I call Maglo again to do another song, what's it going to be? And just making sure it's like, hey, before you even hit play, just know that whatever you hear me doing,
Yeah.
I want you, man. That, all of you, sir. Yeah. So
What's interesting about that too is that like musicians think that same way all the time. If you're thinking about putting a band together, if you're thinking about whatever it is, you know that you're calling the more you can trust that the person that you're calling for the thing that you want them on, the more you trust in their artistry and their creative vision, the more freedom should be given, Yeah. I think that that's huge because like otherwise you're limiting their potential in what they could be doing, and you're limiting the potential of the track because contrast is good. It's good to have contrast and energy. And so many times, and this is a little nugget for everybody in here, if you guys are songwriters, this is a little nugget that I've been thinking about. If you start like a chorus right on the downbeat, so if it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, you said, whatever the chorus is, start the verse at a different entry point. So when you go in on the verse, don't go 3, 4, maybe it was all a dream. Don't do that. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe it was all. You know what I mean? Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Maybe it's all a dream. It creates the contrast, right? That people look for. And I think when you ask for a feature on a song, like you're looking for those kinds of contrasts. Somebody's going to approach it on the end of 4, like right before the start. Whereas some people will approach it at the start. Some people will leave 3 beats before they come in. You know what I mean? And like all of that is refreshing to the ear.
Yeah, man. So listen, dude, like there's a song on the new Bop Alloy album with One Below. Shout out to those of you who know who One Below is. Amazing, legendary indie hip hop artist. But yeah, man, his verse is longer than mine. His verse, like when he ends it, it runs a little over. And I love the fact that how I did the chorus on that track or whatever, just like what you were talking about, like it's like 1, 2, I say it again. Like I don't come in until like the 3, right? And it's like I say it again. Here to bring the truth. I ain't here to pretend. Not worry about who off an offense, something like that, right? But so it works perfect where if you go over the beat a little bit, that chorus comes in, just giving you room to breathe. But also if like you put a delay on like the last line, you know what I mean? You can feel that delay. You can do this big drop where maybe the all of the music cuts on the 1 and then comes in on the 3. You know what I mean? Like it just opens up a lot of possibilities. And I love that advice.
That's where rapping is like drumming. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like you go 1, 2, I say it again.
Right.
You know, like
hell yeah.
You start seeing the hits, you start seeing them, and then halfway through, 3, 4,
right, yeah, absolutely, man. I think I only learned about like polyrhythms maybe in recent years, right? And I loved when I learned about it because it taught me a lot about things that I was doing subconsciously, but I didn't have the language for it, or not even subconsciously. Some things I was conscious of, but like a lot of people who aren't classically trained, I don't always have the words to describe it, right? And but I was watching this thing where they were talking about polyrhythms and music from different countries, that you oftentimes find this where it's like maybe the type of music you're listening to is like really like 6/8 or something like that, but then in it, like you know, the time signature of like certain things or certain drums that's being played in there are played in a different manner, right? But it still
Yep.
works with the overall rhythm. And as I'm watching this, like my mind is like, because
Yeah, it's crazy.
I would say what you would say, what you were just saying about rappers oftentimes, like, yo, to quote Busta Rhymes, he says, my flow got so much rhythm it substitutes the drummer, right? Like, crazy bar. And
Yeah.
Busta's the perfect person to say that, because
Oh, for sure.
he's crazy with the flows.
Yeah.
And so yeah, man, oh, if you've never heard this song, and this is for both you, Millen, because I know I'm older, and also the audience watching, look it up. Busta Rhymes' first album, a song called Still Shining, where Dilla produced it, right? It says the Uma, but Dilla produced it, and he's literally like, Busta recorded his verse, and then Dilla went back in and like he's programming the drums to what Busta's doing, right? But
Yeah.
when you hear what the drum, when you hear what Dilla did, it almost feels like live drums, right? So it's crazy when you realize he programmed it, but also it's just like it just reinforces exactly what we're saying about how, like, you know, like Dilla doesn't do what he does in that particular track if Busta doesn't do what he's doing, right? And you can hear it, you know. What's the George Krantz song? That ding da da dum dum ding da dum 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 da da dum 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 dum, and then you hear the drummer do it. I should do, man. Listen, okay.
Stan's cooking in the live.
We should literally do a version of that song where instead of just the scatting, it's the word, like it's words, just to illustrate what we're talking about. Where he's like doom da da boom doom da da doom. Doom, 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 and then the drummer does it, and then just put the words. Because the Roots literally did a remake of that, where it's Thought and Black Thought and Questlove doing that song, like going back and forth. But the missed opportunity was like, man, you could have did it with words. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like my flow saw to hold to the hold when I so don't know. You know what I mean? Like whatever, you know? And
we should take that concept and we should just like build out like something like similar to that. Create like a rhythmic thing motif that we use, and you know, that's so
that could be
sick.
dope.
I love that idea.
Yeah, that could be dope. Man, let's get I got some of these comments here. I know I missed a lot. Okay, Happy Mochi has a question. Any vocal warm-up suggestions? I know you were talking about this a little earlier in the show.
Yeah. The a couple of things that I learned, especially from that speech pathologist, is one is for vocal warm-ups, many times you want your goal to be that the way that it feels when you sing in your upper register feels the same as when you're singing in your lower register. So a great exercise is on a quiet hum or like an NG, like hang or something like that. You can do sirens very quietly. So you go, sorry, I'm recovering from a cold, but you can go like from your lowest note all the way to your highest note and throw it up. So as soon as you start feeling like strain when you get higher, just throw it up and throw it away. And you do the same thing on the way down. And what you want, there will be like a little break in your voice where you go, try to smoothen that break out. Because if you can smoothen that break out, then you're actually accessing all of your register in the same placement of your voice. So that's a good warm up. And then anything with, they're called diphthongs, where it goes from one vowel to another. I know it's funny. We all got a kick out of that in choir. But like I would do this warm up that I created where it's going from one vowel shape to another. So like I or O. So I would go My May May my Momo. I'm trying to go from one vowel shape to another and really just keep that change in vowel shape forward. Those are two things that I use to try and keep my placement in the same way. But there's so
Okay.
much on YouTube. You can look stuff up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Hit me up in my DMs and be like, hey, what do I do? You know,
Yeah.
no problem.
Man, one of my, I forget the woman's name, but there's a YouTube channel I watch sometimes. I haven't watched it in a while, but watch her. She's a vocal teacher or voice coach, and she just reacts to like songs that like her students or other people recommend. And literally while she's reacting, like she pauses it and then breaks down like what they're doing, right? Like
Mm,
not just from like okay, like from what we can hear, but what we physically see their body doing. Like she's like, "Yo, look at how they're
yeah,
stretching their neck and all." It's crazy. It was just like, man, this is it's dope. It's dope. It's I love breaking down like lyrics and how my mind works, like to come up with certain bars and stuff like that. Um, but just kind of watching the science of like other crafts, right? Like other people's artistry. Yeah, it's
totally.
fascinating. Yeah,
It's
it's dope.
fascinating, but I don't like my recommendation to anybody that's new, like a newer singer, right? Like
Mm,
even Chi-Town Warrior, you're saying like, I don't know if I'd ever get into singing, but even I'm curious to try this. Like, yeah,
mm,
studying it academically, studying it like in these kinds of like organized ways is great and it's fun, but it's not the point.
mm,
You know what I mean? Like the point of singing is to express yourself, is to feel good, is to feel something, is to feel free, to let loose, to ease tension in your body, things like this, right? Like, so I would say anytime I'm giving vocal lessons to anyone, and the first homework assignment I give is sing everywhere. Sing
mm.
all the time, sing everywhere you are. Get very comfortable with the idea of opening your mouth and making some music. Because genuinely, like, that's the most important thing.
Yeah,
All of this comes well after falling in love with the craft of it.
yeah, man. Do karaoke. You know what I mean? Go out there and have
Yeah,
some
do some
fun with it.
karaoke.
Yeah, man. We did
Yeah.
that at we do an annual Christmas party for my father's side of the family. And for the first time ever, like we did karaoke there, and I was responsible for all of that.
Ah,
And and it was so dope, man. Like the joy that like just folks experience in general, like singing together and all of that,
oh,
is just it's a great experience.
absolutely.
But in general, just the act of doing that, whether you sing well or not, right, is still fun, you know.
Totally.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Shottown Warrior says, Millen, I've asked other guests this, but who are some artists completely outside of your usual genre that you would love to collaborate with?
Ooh, that's a great question.
I'll leave that up there.
Um, if we're calling my usual genre R&B neo soul, then definitely there are some singer-songwriters that I love and I would love to collaborate with. There's this one singer-songwriter named Stephen Day,
Mm,
huge inspiration of mine. Um, and he makes like just his voice. Actually, if we're talking about vocal technique and placement and warm-ups, I literally use one of his songs as a warm-up before I go on stage. The day that I have a gig, I put on his music and just listen to it because his voice is placed so well. He has no tension when he sings. But he's also just an incredible songwriter, and the production and his guitar playing, like all of it is so great. So Stephen Day, I would say, let's see, who else? Outside of my normal genre, I'm trying to think of other like I guess like I'm not really in this realm right now, but it's a realm I'd like to explore. But like Dijon,
mm,
McGee, like those are artists that I'm like huge fans of as well that I would like I would love to collaborate with. They're kind of more on like the R&B meets like grunge folk. Like
mm,
it's
mm,
an interesting realm. But I love that sound. Um, I'm also a big fan of like Charlie Puth. I love honestly, anybody that's like a musician, like I know that will make something cool because I know that they've explored their instrument to a deep level in whatever genre they're in. And, so like, you know, John Mayer, you know, people like that, Charlie Puth, like they're all really like fascinate me, and I love making music with people that love music, you know. So
Yeah. Nah, that's dope, man. That's dope. Cool, cool. So
yeah,
listen, man, I'm gonna run through like well, let's do this first. I mean, I'm
yeah,
trying to do too much right now. Hold up. So what's about to happen for everybody? Anyone else who has questions for Millen? You know, because I know at some point he's gonna have to go. I know he would love to hang with us forever, but you know, I'm sure he got other things to do. But that being said, if anyone else thinks of questions while we're live, feel free to send them through. Also, Millen, tell them about on TikTok when you do your lives, like what days of the week and stuff.
yeah, yeah. So I do. I go live on TikTok Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:30 West Coast time, but 8:30 East Coast time. So 8:30 p.m. EST, 5:30 p.m. PDT. I think they changed it
Mm-hmm.
to. But yeah, I go live on TikTok, and man, every single time we go live, something new happens.
Yeah.
Last time, we literally wrote a whole song together on live. People were throwing lyric ideas out. People were saying, making suggestions for how to approach singing. People were like, "What if the bass plays the chords here? What if
Mm-hmm.
this happens?" You know, like it's a very
Mm-hmm.
collaborative environment. Sometimes it turns into us doing a vocal lesson on live. Like one time I
Mm-hmm.
remember I was playing chords and I was like, okay, guys, like if everybody in here likes to sing and likes jazz, let's try something. So I played some chords. People would, I would be like, all right, we're only using these three notes. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to improvise something. Now you at home improvise something. So I improvise and then they would
Wow.
improvise. And then I'd be like, let's add a note. Let's add this note. We'd add a note. Okay. I improvise with that note. You improvise with that note. And we
Mm-hmm.
continue and we kind of grow together and learn together. Every single time we go live, it's something new.
That's
And
crazy.
it's so much fun. So please join Tuesdays, Thursdays,
Yeah.
5:30 EST or 5:30 P at PDT, 8:30 EST.
Dope. Dope. I forgot to shout someone out earlier. Super shout out to my big sister. All right.
Hey,
Yeah, man.
hello.
Shout out to Stacy. You know, but
Is this the
uh
sister you've grown?
hmm?
That you've
Oh
grown?
no, no,
Is that
no, no.
okay?
So story time. So this sister and I you know, our story is interesting, man, in that unfortunately, I didn't first get to meet her until my dad, when I was younger, got sick. Because
Mm,
at that time, I only really knew my mother's children, right? It wasn't until my dad and my mom got back together, and then he was ill, that like I started meeting the children he had before
mm,
me. And so yeah, man. So we met then. We see each other a little bit, lost touch. Then I got back in touch with her older sister, which is crazy because I have two sisters named Lisa, which is wild. And so I got back in touch with her, Lisa. We were close for a while. We kind of fell out and haven't spoke since.
mm,
And then shout out to my cousin Carol, man, who reconnected us just last year, because we didn't have a way to kind of get in contact with one another until like last year, like right before the holidays. So last year's family Christmas party, was the first time I had seen her
mm.
since like before I had kids, before Shell and I were married. Like, yo, like it was a very long time.
Wow.
Yeah, man, and it's been great. It's been great. So super shout out to my sister Stacy.
Big shout out.
Yeah, man, and my awesome nieces
Mm.
and whole family and stuff, man. It's dope. But yeah, so talked about TikTok. I'm going through the
Yeah, the
checklist. Right. And then I know I've put it up on the screen a few times. You want to tell them about this single here, Playwright?
Yeah, yeah. This is what I released just before the Christmas song. This one's called
Mm-hmm.
Playwright. Um, I'm I'm approaching this Millen album um, with a new approach to music that I haven't approached before. So this is very
Mm-hmm.
much like inspired by modern R&B, current sounds in the R&B space. 3 singles from the project are released right now: Want You To, Stay, and Playwright. If you go to my page and you find Playwright, all 3 singles show up there. So you'll be able to see and listen through if you want to. But Playwright is it's a special one because it was actually me exercising restraint in throwing just musical ideas out there and actually just like executing R&B to like the most concentrated way possible. Yeah, man, I love this song. If you guys like Leon Thomas, if you guys like Sasha Keeble, if you like and even some of the, if you like Music Soul Child, if you like Dwelle, D'Angelo, like those areas in those pockets in music, definitely go check these out.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, we could play it now.
Hey, we can play it now. I mean, hey,
okay.
yeah.
It's like, while you're here, let's see how the
may as
people
well.
feel. Right. All right.
This one or Stay, either one.
Say again. My bad.
I said, oh no, you're good. Either this one or Stay. Those two I feel like are good examples. Because Stay has the scatting too in it.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
So listen.
One.
Yeah, so we're gonna leave it to the chat. So chat, let us know. Community, tune in, let us know, chime in, I should say, and let us know which one you want to hear. Playwright or you want to hear Stay. All right.
Playwright is like straighter R&B. Stay is like neo soul influences with some jazz. Like, yeah, what vibe are we in right now?
All right, we're gonna see what they say. We got another comment in the meantime. Been taking singing lessons and it's made my love for music blossom all over again. So I love when we get guests that are also vocalists. Nice.
Wow, that's so nice. Oh, I'm so glad that your love for music is blossoming.
Right. We got 2 votes for Stay. 3. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, somebody said both. Hold up.
Yeah, both right. And both.
Right. And then they said, it's the holidays.
It's the holidays. Give it all.
All right. Hey, man, I'm down to play both, if you're cool with it. All right, cool. All right, here we go. My bad. Let's get that back.
I flow better in the daylight. Keeping it straight, long day, going way into the late night. I know better than to stay on waiting for the straight ride. Pack on heavier than green, cop red hand at the scene. I'm not trying to be a playwright. All of my moves are long gone, searching but writing them all wrong. Trying to be level but far off. Yeah, wanna be writing them all off. Work it around that I'm on. All of a sudden there's problems. I feel better in the daylight. Keeping it straight, long day, going way into the late night. I know better than to stay on waiting for the train ride. Pack on heavier than green, caught red hand at the scene. I'm not trying to be a playwright.
Crazy.
Yeah. Not trying to be a playwright. Ooh, yeah. Not trying to be a playwright. I'd rather be anywhere you want it. Cop me when I'm frontin'. You said that you want this. My masterpiece, I call you the artist. Acting like we lost it. Written off a goddess. So ask you if you're making me a centerfold. All that shit you said inside, it's getting old. Rock with me and find out what you're looking for. Up into the summer, flew a little close. Oh, I feel better in the daylight. Keeping it straight, long day, going way into the late night. I know better than to stay on waiting for the straight ride. Pack on heavier than green, caught red hand at the scene. I'm not trying to be a playwright.
You know the vibe.
Yeah. Not trying to be a playwright. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Little day, little day, little day, little day, little day, little day, little day.
Yeah. Oh.
Hey.
Oh yeah. And the instrumentals available as
yeah,
well
and
as
the
the
vocals.
acapella. Yeah.
Click that vocals only. Go click
Yeah.
somewhere random in that.
I flow better in the daylight. Keeping it straight, long day, going way into the late night.
Click into it. Click into it.
I know better than to stay on, waiting for the straight ride. On it, caught me when I'm frontin'. You said that you want this. My masterpiece, I call you the artist. Acting like we lost it. Written off a goddess. So ask you if you're making me a centerfold.
Jesus.
All that shit you said inside, it's getting old. Rock with me and find out what you're looking for. Up into the summer, flew a little close. Oh, I flow better in the daylight.
I love it.
Yeah, man.
Keeping it straight, long day, going.
Yeah, dude. Crazy,
I appreciate it. I love those vocals only tracks. It's
Yeah,
like,
man.
diving into the vocal is so fun.
Oh, that's crazy. All right, let's hear Stay. This joint crazy too.
Yo, thank
Millen
you for the
got
love,
joints.
everybody. Got joints.
You know what I mean? Yeah, they're going crazy in the chat. You did your thing on that one, man.
Yo, I appreciate all the love, everybody. Seriously, this is crazy.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's hear Stay. Fire too.
Heavy staying on my mind. We should be talking about it. Talking about the days of our lives. You know I'm waiting on you to show up. Take it for granted the glow up. Can't understand why you stopped talking. Whenever it's closer. Shit got me all up in dreams. Thinking about who we would be, yeah. I'ma let you out of what you're keeping inside. Cause I want you to stay unclose. Get close enough and go slow. Do you really wanna stay? For sure. Let's open up and bare our souls. Let it all, let it all. No, 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 data don't long. Cause I want you to stay unclose. Get close enough and go slow. Do you really wanna stay? For sure. Let's open up and let our souls. Cause I want you to stay unclose. Get close enough and go slow. Do you really wanna stay? For sure. Let's open up and bare our souls.
Dude. Crazy, 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 man.
Dude, thank you.
Yeah, man. I
Yo.
feel like go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say it's so fun harmonizing a scat. Like listening to the vocals only of the scat portion is just like, I've listened to that a couple of times now. I'm like, wow, there's just like this like flow state, this like, this place of like getting completely lost in it, with the vocals when I'm doing it. So I appreciate all the love, everybody. This is so nice.
This is a great question right here, man. What was the inspiration for the song "Receipt"? One of my favorites. I swear I had that song on repeat for months when I first heard it.
Okay, so the inspiration is I got the opportunity to open up for one of my favorite bands. They're called Lawrence, at the 930 Club in DC. It was the first time ever performing my music live, my original music live with the band. So put together this band. It was a sold out 930 Club show, like 1,400 people in there. And I'm performing my stuff. And I went up to the merch table and everybody that was performing had merch but me. And then we went up and we played the show and people loved it. It was great. It was a great show. But after literally like the few days later, I was like, I can't believe I didn't have merch. So then I was like, what if I wrote a song about this feeling right here? Like this feeling of like, oh, like they needed merch to go home with.
Right.
So that's how Receipt came up. It was literally just this thing of like, you won't need a receipt because you got me in the bag right now. Put me right on the seat. I'm coming home with you. It's like me being like, oh, I wish all those people, had the like I wish I had merchandise for all those people. And just treating like my music as the merchandise is really how I was thinking about it. Yeah,
man, it's a great joint. Yeah, it's a great joint.
Thank you. Love that one.
I feel like I'm off screen right now, buying your whole discography.
Oh,
just so yeah,
dude, Stan, thank you, man.
Of course, bro. Of course. So what I am gonna do is, like the music educator in me, the music business educator in me, I'm gonna show folks why I'm doing it. Obviously, because I love what you do, but also because of what Bandcamp does, like in notifying other folks. But let me hit pay.
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying? And then we'll bring it back up. Yeah, of course, so bro. Nice. Of course, man. Look, like all the love they've been showing in the chat today, this is me literally paying it forward. So, all right. So now that that's done, let's bring this back up so folks can see something real quick. All right. So one of the many reasons why I love Bandcamp, outside of the fact that, like for those who don't know, Bandcamp has an app, right? And also it's important to point out they are not sponsoring this video. I'm just using this as an opportunity to explain some of the dope things it can do. But outside of me purchasing this and being able to play it in the app, Bandcamp now has a feature that allows you to build playlists, but you can only build playlists with music you've purchased. Right. So like it's a different level of commitment over here in Bandcamp land. That's one. Two, the other thing is if you are a person who decides to and I'm saying this to some of y'all, like y'all don't, like everybody doesn't know this. I know some of you already know this and I know some don't. But the other thing is if you create a profile on Bandcamp showing your musical taste and more importantly the things you've purchased, you do this. And now you can see everything, right? Like you can see kind of all the music I purchased, see all the MLLN stuff labeled as new stuff added to my collection. And then if I refresh, shows more, but then it shows AJ album that I recently bought, shows Joe D, as you can see, I'm supporting a lot of my people. Shout out to Early Bird, man. First time someone ever wrote a song about me. Had me teared up, man. My man Tone Deaf, his album. Yeah, bro, that was crazy. It's called Substantial Flowers. Shout out to my man Fresh Daily. I use Bandcamp as a way to support, as you can see, a lot of my friends. You see Kokai there, Marcus D there. I bought Kokai's whole catalog too. And then obviously because my personal profile is connected to my music profile, it automatically populates it with my music. But here's the best part, right? Now, I don't have 1 million followers or 1,000 followers over here. I only have 44. But it literally, at the end of the week, anybody who follows me like this, they get notified of all the things I've bought. You know what I mean? And so not only is it like showcasing this catalog of stuff I've been purchasing, but but it's also like anybody who chooses to follow me like over here also gets to see that, and that's super dope, man. So like I follow a couple of DJs on Bandcamp, and literally they are DJs that are playing like rare stuff. Like anytime I've seen them do a set, I don't recognize half of the music they play, sometimes more. And one of the DJs told me, he was like, man, follow my profile, because he was like, bro, a lot of the stuff I'm playing is available only on Bandcamp. So he's like, so I'm doing gigs and people are like, dude, you're playing crazy like dance, like mixes that, these dudes can't clear to put on other platforms. But on Bandcamp, they're doing these mashups and different things that only live on Bandcamp or their websites. And so yeah, man, I started following him, and then I'm seeing all this rare stuff that I didn't even know existed. That's super, super dope. So, but yeah, man, it's a pleasure to always support what you do and support all of my friends, man. Like, y'all are making great, great music, and it needs to be listened to, it needs to be celebrated, it needs to be supported. So, it's all love.
Man, Stan, you're a great curator and creator, okay? Like
Thank you, bro.
That's a reason why that everybody comes together, and you radiate your talent, and
Thank you, bro.
It attracts people of similar vibes. So we appreciate you.
Man, thank you, man. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna promote a couple things, and then we'll get out of here and stuff, man. If you want to hang around a little longer, you're more than welcome to. But if you do have to go, I completely understand. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna go blow my nose. Yeah, I got it. I've been holding it in. It's been right here the whole time.
Right.
Like, if you see me like rubbing my nose, that's why I'm like,
yeah.
Don't sneeze.
All good, man. Well, dude, it's been a pleasure having you on, man. I hope you had a great time. Let me put this QR code up here one more time so people can scan that if they'd like. This will take you to Millen's his link tree. So if you scan that, yes, you can go there. You can see the songs that we just played, as well as links to where you can follow him. And we'll make sure, if you're watching the playback of this later, I'm going to send him a collaborator invite. So that way, if you're watching this later and you see his icon next to mine, you can go ahead and subscribe to his YouTube channel, because there's great stuff over there too. But yeah, man, any last things you want to share with the people before you go?
Man, I just appreciate you all. Like, music is the best, and like I just thank you all for the support. Independent artists, we're out here making music, as much as possible, and keeping that the central part of the creativity and the artistry. So thank you for all the support that you guys show, and thank you, Stan, once again, man. You create platforms for us that we don't usually have. So we really are incredibly grateful for you, and thank you, man. You are such a central figure. We appreciate that.
Man, I appreciate that, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. Have a great day. We'll catch up soon. We got other things to talk about, and we'll be talking again on Monday for sure. But I'm sure we'll text before then. All right.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Peace, brother. Yeah, man. Clap it up once again for Millen, man. Thanks again for coming through, bro. Hope y'all enjoyed that. I definitely got a few things to remind y'all of before we get out of here. And super shout out to Joshua for giving me that 15-minute warning, so I can utilize all these other tools that I have that I don't always get to use. So thanks a million for that, bro. All right, let's bring these images on the screen. All right, let's bring that up. So real quick, let me switch also this. Yes. So real quick, just a quick reminder that the Think Different Tribute Jam 2026 is happening February 6th, 2026. You can purchase your tickets right now. That QR code will take you to the link. Be sure, a couple things. If you are somebody who is coming from out of town to attend this event, just a heads up, we do have a partnership. We have a contract with the Residence Inn that's in the areas very close to the venue, where we have a block of rooms already secured. I believe 2 of those rooms are already gone, so there's only 8 left. That basically holds it at a discounted rate. cheaper than what the regular rate is. So if you are someone traveling from out of town to Falls Church, Virginia, which is a beautiful area in northern VA, lots to do around there. It's walking distance from lots of restaurants, different types of stores, even a movie theater, and a cool hangout area. So definitely, if you're thinking about traveling to see the show, just wanted to remind you not only to grab your tickets, but to consider using the link that is in the on the Eventbrite page to go ahead and secure a room. So that way you can find one of the best rates in the area. You know what I mean? Couple things real quick. Peace, what's going on, man? Good to see you up in here, fam. Love that spot. That's where I was last time. Word, man. Need that block ASAP. Yeah, man. How do I contact about the room? Just call me. Just call them. So no, what I'm gonna do right now. Thank you for asking that question. Let me bring it up on the screen and I'll walk y'all through a couple things. So, Olan Mayut, Olan. Got that up there. Okay, so hold tight. We're gonna bring this up here. All right, so I'm gonna walk you through it real quick. And again, that QR code, it will take you to this page, okay? So if you go here to the page, you click read more, right? As you can see, tickets are $28.52. That includes the fee, all the way up to $100. So right now you got early bird tickets available that are $25 plus the fee from Eventbrite. And then after that, it's going to go up to $33, I think, with the Eventbrite fee. But if you get the VIP options, there's a $50 option, which will give you early access to the venue, which means you can get to the venue a bit earlier, find better parking. There's free parking at the venue. If we sell out or we get close to selling out, folks are going to have to resort to parking on the street. So just giving you heads up, early access is definitely a good look, which comes with meet and greet, posters, stickers. And then we're also going to be doing discount rates for our VIPs for any additional merch you purchase at the show. I actually got to update this because we recently secured our bases because Jonathan Smalls wasn't available for our show. But shout out to Malik Hunter. Malik Hunter is an amazing bassist who's going to be joining us. Don't worry, I'm getting to the hotel stuff. But he's going to be joining us. And you might know him from playing with the band Nat Turner, who worked with Black Milk. So if you've heard any of Black Milk's earlier work where he was working with a band called Nat Turner, shout out to the bassist who's joining us because he's a friend and a member of that band. It's going to be super dope. So anyway, you scroll down and right here where you go to hotel accommodations, click here, book your group rate for substantial art and music. So you just go down to this section, click on that, and then it will take you in here and you will see like this is the rate for the night. All right. So yeah, you definitely want to look into that sooner than later because there's only 8 rooms available. All right. Only 8 rooms left. All right. We had a block of 10. There's only 8 left. All right. So now going back over here. So just really quick, just breaking down what these ticket options are, right? So you got your early bird, right? And the VIP, which is available now. Then you got the VIP admission that's $100, which also includes next day brunch event that is happening at Crescendo, okay? That event is because we're going to hit you with like a short teaser the night of the show, like kind of like a trailer for the documentary for To This Union that's coming. But the following day, we're doing a brunch that like anybody who paid the $100 fee will literally get access to the brunch. They will get, you won't have to pay anything in addition for that food. You get access to the venue, get to spend more time with the artists and those of us who will be there. Not every artist is going to come through the next day. Obviously, I'll be there. We're also doing like a discussion, talking about like the history of the first album, and then also showing like extended footage from the upcoming documentary that's going to drop later next year. So just letting you know what some of the options are and stuff like that, et cetera, et cetera. Hold on. Get that out of there. But yeah, man. So that's what to expect when you go pick up your tickets from Eventbrite. Thanks in advance to those of you planning to buy your tickets. Shout out to those of you who already purchased your tickets. Just know that the VIP stuff will only be up there. Not the VIP. Well, yeah. The VIP will only be available for so long because there's only a limited number of slots. So once those sell out, VIP tickets will no longer be available. And also, the early bird tickets, they go off sale January 23rd. So those of you who want to save $5, definitely need to purchase those tickets sooner than later. And even then, they will eventually, there's only a certain amount of early bird tickets available. So that will eventually sell out at some point, or potentially, I should say. All right. But yeah, man, dude, I appreciate it, man. I love the fact that folks are genuinely excited. It's getting better and better behind the scenes every day. The band and I got rehearsal this weekend. I'm sure we'll be posting clips and stuff very soon. All right, let's get back to it so we can close out because I only got a few minutes. So that event, tickets are available right now for it. Go ahead and grab those at your earliest convenience. Let's keep it pushing. Hold on. Got it. All right. Also, we are going to, I forgot those are out of order. We are going to Lisbon, Portugal. We're performing at the Village Underground. And when I say we, it's me and Marcus D. You can catch us live promoting our new album, which is dropping soon. It's dropping in the first quarter of next year. We literally, I think when I get out of this, I got a chance to, I'm going to have a chance to listen to the last mix for the album and stuff. Shout out to Steph for blessing us for that track too. All right. And then March 22nd, we're going to be in Madrid, Spain. So pick up your tickets for that as well. Those of you who are already out there or plan to be on that side of the world around that time. Then May 21st through the 24th, you can catch me at MomoCon in Atlanta, Georgia with the homies Alan Z, Aztec, Mega Ran, Grammy-nominated artist Mega Ran. Clap it up for my bro. Stolen Drums, super dope producer, and the homie Zed Tabani. It's going to be a great night. You definitely want to be there. You don't want to miss it. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I think that is pretty much that. You know, I'll just put this up here one more time. Don't forget to grab your tickets for the Think Different Tribute Jam. That's the first event that my company's throwing next year. I did forget that. I'll make sure to put it up next week. I will be at MagFest as well, performing with Casey Lee Williams. I'll add that flyer in the mix for next week. And next week is going to be a special show. I don't know if I'm going to have guests yet, but next week's going to be a special show because it is the next week is the first day of Kwanzaa. That's when we'll be going live. And so, yeah, man, that's exciting. I don't know if I've ever gone live literally during Kwanzaa, you know what I mean? So I've gone live during Kwanzaa, but I don't know if we've ever gone live on the first day of Kwanzaa. So I'm thinking about doing something special, maybe doing candle lighting, maybe have a few homies come on who can kind of give a little bit of history and context and stuff, which will be really cool. And then before we go, man, let me know in the chat if y'all are listening to Winter Breaks right now. What's your favorite Winter Break song from me and Marcus D? All that good stuff. And yeah, man, it's definitely that time of year. It's been that time of year for a while. And so it's always cool to know if y'all are still rotating the EPs and stuff, Winter Breaks 1 and 2. But yeah, let me know what your favorites are and all that good stuff. Trying to see if I'm missing anything else. I think that is it, man. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. One more shout out before we go. Once again, man, shout out to all of the supporters via Patreon and YouTube, man. Paul, Lucy, Ryan, Blazing Black, Frank, Tommy, CJ, and Natimi. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. Alberto, DJ A-Rock, Zing. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Claudette, Roan, Jason Smith, Kokai, Case, Tone Deaf, Orion, Kevin, Julian, Eric, C Fong, Josh, Stephanie, Shin, Matt, Motif, Zach, Blake, and on YouTube, Maglo, Kate, Mr. Shear, Chad, Joshua, Spawning, Young Stove, Mugen, Crow, Kodat, Bruno. I'm not sure how to say that. Julie, I'm not sure. MV3, N, Ahi, no, it's Yoshida, Okie Doke. I'm not sure what that is supposed to say. Jeff Halfway, Happy Mochi, and Kev, man. Thank y'all so much. Super thank you to everybody. This has been an awesome year, man. This is really, really, and look, I'm gonna say something as if I haven't been saying something this whole time. I find myself in this weird place, you know, where, and I'm gonna try to keep this brief because I know we gotta go. I find myself in this weird place where, like, feeling guilty about, you know, being happy, right? And what I mean is, I need y'all to know that when I say it's been a good year, I don't mean it's been a good year because good things have been happening to me every day or all the time. It's a good year because, you know, my daughter's been accepted to every college she's applied to, right? 6 schools. We got the vacation together. It's also been a not so great year because of the political climate in this country we live in. It's been a not so great year because my mom has had a lot of health challenges. She just had a really scary moment on Monday that, you know, shout out to my cousin Charlie, man, like grateful that he was there to help her. But it was terrifying, man. And my workload has been intense, to say the least. You know, I've definitely had a ton of stresses. But in spite of all of that, yo, I got a beautiful wife that loves me. You know, I got fans like y'all, man, who some of y'all I consider friends. A lot of y'all are just good people who choose to support the music I make and support friends of mine. And yo, like, because of those things, because of the good in my life, whether it outnumbers the challenges, which a lot of those challenges just come with being who I am. So I try not to complain too much. But yo, it's been a great year in many ways, in spite of the bad that's happened. And I'm choosing to lead with gratitude. And we're in a weird place in the world where sometimes, yo, like when people ask me how I'm doing and I respond with I'm doing good for the most part, I feel guilty. Like, knowing what's happening in the world, seeing the shit that's gone on with ICE and all the other crazy things, and seeing how it's affecting families. But I'm not in the business of lying to you. Like, I can acknowledge, we can acknowledge that there are bad things happen, but still be honest about how we feel overall. And the honest answer is, yo, overall, I'm good. And I've had a good year. Personally, creative wise. And I also need y'all to know that it's been super fucking challenging. Like, it's also been a rough year in a lot of ways. But the good, man, the good is, to me, it's forever outweighing the bad. In most days, is whipping the bad ass. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for y'all. I'm grateful for another year. You know, I'm about to be 47 in a couple weeks, which is crazy. Like, I will have officially outlived my dad in terms of what age he lived to be. And that's something that's been weighing heavy on me all year. And yeah, so I'm just grateful. I'm just really, really grateful. So I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all have an amazing holiday, man. I hope your loved ones make it to where they got to be safely. You know, super condolences to those of you who've lost people this time of year. I know personally how difficult that can be, because it's always tough for my mom. My mom lost my grandmother. My grandmother died before I was born, literally on Christmas Day. You know, so like, it's always a tough time for my mom. If you've heard the song on Winter Breaks 2, called Simpler Times, like, I mentioned it on there, and you actually hear my mom talking. So homework for anybody who hasn't heard that, definitely go listen to that track. It's a beautiful song. It's one of my favorite songs ever. that I've worked on with Marcus. And yeah, man, but I just wanted to send holiday blessings out to everybody, regardless to what holiday you celebrate. Merry Christmas to you, Happy Hanukkah to you, Happy Kwanzaa. And I know there are other ones I'm forgetting at the time, but just sending you all the love, man. And just remembering that, like, yo, regardless of what challenges that you are going through, that, like, yo, you can choose, you can still make the choice to persevere and try to push through and lift up those around you who are loving on you and doing their best to support you, because it's hard for them too in many ways, and a lot of times it's hard for our people to see us struggling, you know what I mean? So anyway, on that note, I'm out of here. Love y'all. Shout out to everybody still in the chat, rocking with me this whole time. Have an amazing weekend. I'm gonna check out Avatar tonight. Maybe we talk about it next week. Maybe I post about it later. Who knows? Peace, y'all. I'm out of here. It's time for my youngest daughter's favorite part of the show. Peace. Who made it to the end? Who made it to the end? You made it to the end. Who made it to the end? Who made it to the end? You made it to the end. Yo, 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 yeah, 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 yo, 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 yeah, yeah. Who made it to the end? You made it to the end. Who made it to the end? You made it to the end. Who made it to the end? You made it to the end. Yo, 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 yo. Subscribe, like, do whatever you like. Stay subscribed, like, do whatever you like. That's right.